Celebration for a late morning motivational of GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish was at the Los Angeles Breakfast Club, who celebrations their 101th year anniversary next Wednesday. But GoatVsFish was there today. GoatVsFish was there today. Can you accept the late, great GoatVsFish? We have just conclusion day, 909-minute eternal shrine of GoatVsFish live stream. And now we are here to give you the morning motivation. A little tardiness is no excuse not to get on with your verses. So here to bring us into the congregation as we await the triumphant return of GoatVsFish, it's Sunshine.
It's allergy season. Oh no, we have more fence sitters? Are you trying to tell me that we have more fence sitters? Hello, fish. Or shall I say, eventually rolled. Hello, TML Ruiz 81. The Uncle Bo, I see you there too. Uncle Bo. Amber Heard, everybody. How you guys feeling this late verses? Celebration.
And celebration to you, and celebration to you, sunshine.
That was a quick promo. That's good. It's always a nice morning.
I_canfix_Amber Heard contribution $15.
Amber Heard with the contribution of $1.15. Well, on behalf of GoatVsFish, thank you for the donation.
Did it say $1.15?
$1.15. I think.
Never be too sure with that fence sitter.
Yeah. It'll be $1,115. It could be like 1,000, but without the 3 zeros. But thank you, Amber Heard. We appreciate you. Oh, it was 15 American verse dollars. Well, thank you, Amber Heard. That's very generous of you. Eventually, Joel's chilling at the crib. Amber Heard's, Amber Heard's fish now, right? You're no longer fence.
Eventually gold contribution $15. Fish nuking the fence construction site, construction sign emoji.
Well, thank you for the donation. Eventually gold. For $1.15. Sidekick Buckeye. And we have 2 fence sitters now. TML, Ruiz, and Amber Heard. Our fence sitters. Good morning, Sidekick Buckeye. Yeah, I like the way you think, guys. It's an even two on two. 2 fence sitters versus. Okay, we got Goat in the chat. Celebration from Dragon Balls. Well, you were fish before you became fence, Amber Heard. Oh my God. These allergies. Ooh. You were a goat and a unifier, and then you moved to the dark side. Can you be a steak fish? I mean, you can be a stonk fish, I think. How about a nice old-fashioned stonk fish? I think stonkfish is a iteration of state fish.
Did somebody say stonks? Did somebody say stonks? Hey there, sunshine.
Oh, hey, stonks.
I'm so tired. I was up all late last night just monitoring the overseas markets. You know, they're always live. There's always someone making a trade, making a deal, you know? Goat versus fish. It's always a hot versus somewhere, even while you're asleep. Someone out there is trading on goat versus fish. You know, isn't that just great? Isn't it great to know that someone somewhere is trading on goat versus fish?
Are you saying that goat versus fish is a very profitable versus?
Well, it's becoming more profitable every versus, you know. And as a valued, are you? I'm not used to talking to other employees directly. Excuse me. Do you work here?
I'm the guy who you bought all the RAM and SSDs from.
Hey, that was strictly under the table. That was an under the fence operation.
Yeah, but
That's not on the. We're not putting that up. We're doing some creative accounting on that one.
But no one told you that those SSDs and RAMs were made of fence posts.
Oh, well, look, those fence posts, they're undervalued, you know. Goat and fish, they just throw them away. They don't think they're worth anything, but I think we can flip them. I think we can flip those fences real good.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. I was up late watching the Goat vs. Fish live, the Shrine of Goat vs. Fish. It was live for 909 minutes, all through the night. We had a live Goat vs. Fish, and I just love when Goat vs. Fish works and 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 never stops and never stops producing and never stops producing and never stops producing Goat vs. Fish. Because we got over 70 watch hours. We got over 70 watch hours from a 909-minute live stream that went all through the night. And a special shout out to our mods like Dragon Balls and Little Creepy who stayed up all night while Goat vs. Fish was resting. As long as someone is working for Goat vs. Fish, that means someone's working for me. And that's what I love to see. So check out the Eternal Shrine stream. You know, I heard that Goat vs. Fish spent a tidy verses on acquiring a new phone, hundreds of American dollars just so they could live stream even when they're asleep. Can you believe that? Can you believe Goat vs. Fish would make such an investment in the congregation?
Well, where would you say the money should go instead, Stonks?
Well, this is what we call opportunity cost. There's always another option out there. Maybe there's someplace better could be spent, but we're willing to see how this investment pans out, all right? So thanks everyone who watched the live streams all through last night. The Eternal Shrine of Goat vs. Fish. Just like the stonks keep going up and up and up forever, let the Eternal Shrine of Goat vs. Fish be willing to accept your donations from now until the end of verses. Stonks to the moon!
Well, that was a bummer. How did you guys like stunts? I know I've seen that guy in the bottom of an island unification. Some mystery island. I can't put my hoof on it. Well, now that he's gone, we can bring the good vibes back, huh? What do you guys say? Yeah. Stance took his name off the website after that whole health insurance thing happened. So now he's like showing his face over here, trying to earn back goodwill. Even though he is versing alongside Big Fence.
Amber Heard is telling you to play the Amber song. You don't have to do it, Sunshine. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do what they say. You don't have to be GOAT just because Amber Heard told you to be GOAT. You're free to be whatever you wish to be.
I was going to switch, but I like this GOAT hat a lot. And Wow Mom put a lot of effort into making these GOAT hats, as was brought to my attention on the appreciation stream. I wonder if Wow Mom made any... She made fish hats too. Hello, man, Diggity Snad. Welcome to GoatVsFish. This is a gathering of all enthusiasts of everything that is benevolent. We don't usually start this late, but we made an exception. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bless you too, eventually, God. Yeah, I guess it's spring now in LA. I guess we have seasons now in LA. You will always be fish. Well, celebration for fish, man, Diggity Snad. Yeah, fish tacos. Even though they're made with the remains of your brethren, fish tacos are still, fish tacos. And they are the favorite delicacy of most fish, despite the cannibalistic implications.
Are we ready? Goat versus fish thinks that we are. Ready, steady, goat and fish. That was Musications by Sunshine, a link to Sunshine in the verses. It's Sunshine. our musication inspiration here on Goat vs. Fish. And now, coming to you late, the great Goat versus Fish, and a goat, a fish, a goat versus fish. Now, celebration! Celebration for Goat versus Fish! Welcome to your morning motivation situation, infatuation, and salutations from Goat vs. Fish. You weren't afraid that Goat vs. Fish would abandon you. You weren't afraid that Goat vs. Fish would not bring the verses to you. Sometimes, Goat and Fish, something comes up. Something comes up off the fence. Something comes up off the fence, and you just simply must observe if it is goat or if it is fish. If it is goat or if it is fish. And Goat versus Fish, we had to make that observation. This versus. Goat versus Fish went to the Los Angeles Breakfast Club, a 101-year-old institution here in Los Angeles. This versus, they had a speaker about a place where dining can be done. Have you heard of this place called Cantor's? Cantor's Delicatessen.
Ooh, do they have pastrami?
Oh, they have that? They said they have that. They have that and so much more and so much more.
They also have mustard?
Oh, we've heard they have that too.
They have mustard and pastrami's.
Yes, and you can versus them together and you can see who triumphs and which one is goat and which one is fish.
Whoa.
Goat versus Fish strategically guards the congregation from having to witness your snotting.
Oh, thank you. That was like some performative snotting. It's part of my paywall initiative to like show them.
Yes, of course.
My innermost fluids.
You really should just lean into it. Make it part of the musication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make some noise for Sunshine, everyone. Sunshine on the keys. We have a first-time message. Hello. How long are you going to be streaming for? Are you down for a raid? Goat vs. Fish is very down for a raid. We're going to be streaming for about 2 hours. We could, that could be clickbait. They could be baiting Goat vs. Fish into clicking upon them and seeing if they have a live stream going. Or maybe just to follow them, you never know. Kokidius75 is offline and has 7 followers. And they're asking Goat vs. Fish if we're down for a raid, but they could be a viewer in someone else's stream, and they're doing a little reconnaissance. Goat vs. Fish is very pleased to accept any radiation. We give celebration. We give celebration to anyone who's ready to raid Goat vs. Fish, but you're a first-time chatter of Goat vs. Fish. How about you tell Goat vs. Fish? You ask a question to Goat vs. Fish. Can we accept a radiation? Yes. But what about you? Are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or fish? I'm a reviewer. Well, review this. Are you goat or are you fish? You may review whatever you wish. As a matter of verses, you can view and you can review 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 Goat vs. Fish as many times as you wish. Accumulation more watch hours on Goat vs. Fish. Spend all of your time viewing and reviewing Goat vs. Fish. Thank you for viewing Goat vs. Fish, but you can't review Goat vs. Fish until you view Goat vs. Fish. So, more of a goat guy? More of a goat guy? Are you ready to commit to goat? Are you ready to commit to goat? Are you ready to commit to goat? Goat and fish. Goat vs. Fish began this versus late, it is true, but Goat vs. Fish, we hope we have built up some trust to you that we will bring you the morning motivations. And here the morning motivations are. Some verses start off lately. Some verses start off lately. You don't begin them when you thought you would. But don't let this late beginning be a excuse for you. Some verses, you wake up, it's 30 minutes latelier than you thought it would be, and you think, the day has already slipped away, the verses is already gone. I have not started when I intended to. Might as well just fence around all verses and then wait to wake up again the next verses. And then what happens when you wake up lately again? When you wake up lately again, do you fence the whole verses again? Soon it's been 75 years. Your life is nearly over. And now it's really quite late to begin. But you still can. Goat versus Fish. We told you we would be streaming lately. We made communication with Sunshine, and now we bring the late morning motivational to you, and we are so pleased that a congregation joins Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish will never abandon you! It's the late, great morning stream of Goat vs. Fish! Celebration! Sunshine, what did you do with your extra time this morning?
I slept and blew my nose violently.
Bet you've been waiting to do that for some time.
Oh yeah, it felt good.
Can we get an example? You look like you're going for it.
Oh man, I give so many examples. How many examples I have to wait for one to build up.
You have to wait for it to build up. Okay. You don't want to shoot your load all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to fence all my noses.
Grandmaster On with the Fish, and Dragon Balls 325 says $20 to Goat vs. Fish on Cash App. We believe you, Dragon Balls 325. Dragon Balls 325, 20 versus American dollars to Goat vs. Fish on Cash App.
Also, any updates on the raid?
Any updates on the radiation? Oh, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if it be Dragon Balls 325 with the 20 versus American dollars to Goat vs. Fish. Yes. 20 versus American dollars, Dragon Balls 325 with the super radiation to Goat vs. Fish. Wait, what? So let that be a motivation to you, Goat and Fish. Just because you start late doesn't mean that your verses can't be great. Start late and keep on versing. You might even be able to make up for fence time, but even if you can't, early versus late is just another false verses. Some say the early goat gets the fish, some say the early fish gets the goat. It's never too late to get off the fence. It's never too late to get off the fence. It's never too late to start your verses. For as long as you are here with Goat vs. Fish, as long as you are here in the verses of Goat vs. Fish, as long as you exist, you can start now. The verses of Goat vs. Fish starts now. Celebration. Let's clear that verses. Last verses, we had a mighty verses indeed. The Uncle Bo watched 3 consecutive streams and celebrations to Dragon Balls 325 with 20 versus American dollars for Goat, and Amber Heard with 15 versus American dollars contribution. I Can Fix Amber Heard, was that for the fence? Dragon Balls 325, was that for Goat or was that for unification? I Can Fix Amber Heard says, I looked at the flight logs, I believe it or not, it's 60 versus American dollars round trip to whence, to where, how, do we care? Let's clear the verses. Goat and Fish VIP viewing. The VIP viewing is available for 100 versus American dollars. VIP viewing is available once again. Get the verses of yourself printed out and put in the VIP. You may donation your VIP viewing to someone else, as has been done in verses past. If you want to be a VIP in the studio of Goat vs. Fish, you'll get a verses that looks like this. And it goes right in the VIP viewing of Goat vs. Fish. Let's clear the verses! Celebration! So last verses we had an even verses, and we were asked on YouTube, let's see if Sunshine knows. Sunshine, Goat vs. Fish, was asked, hey, Goat vs. Fish, what's the difference between an even versus and a unification? Do you have any hypothesis about this from what you have learned from all of your verses spent with Goat vs. Fish? What is the difference between the even verses and a unification?
Unification is put up to a vote, and even versus happens by accident.
Oh, by accident, you say?
Yes.
It's an accidental versus. Mm-hmm. That's one verses to put it. That's one verses to put it. We think the Goat and Fish, we think they versed with purpose. A unification is when the Goat and Fish... Look at this.
The Uncle Bo contribution $10. Celebration for donation.
Celebration for donation for the Uncle Bo! Come on now, let's play something happy. Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo, Bo. Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo, Bo. A Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Bo. A Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball, Bo. I can fix Amber Heard, I can fix Amber Heard. A Dragon Ball, Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo, Uncle Bo with the dough, 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 with the dough, with the dough, with the dough. Appreciation for your contribution to the congregation of Goat vs. Fish. The Uncle Bo, is that a contribution to 10 versus American dollar, a contribution to Goat or to Fish? Appreciation for supporting Goat vs. Fish from all in the congregation, Prue Lawrence, welcome to Goat vs. Fish. So nice to have you in the verses. Goat, the Uncle Bo says Goat. That's 10 for Goat, and 20 from Dragon Balls 325 for Goat. Let's put that in the verses. Let's put it in the verses. We're counting. That's 30. That's 3,000 Goat points already to start the verses. Dragon Balls 325 claims often to be a fancy goat, but a goat never the fence. Goat for the Uncle Bo. We saw Grandmaster Ong with the fish. Are you Goat or are you Fish? TML Rules 81 with the fish. That's two fish in the verses. I can fix Amber Heard with 15 on the fence. 15 versus American dollars on the fence. There's no getting around it. We're counting it. That's 15 versus American dollars for the fence from I Can Fix Amber Heard. Oh my verses. Someone stop this mad fence. WTF, this guy. I'll fix this, says TML Rules. Yes, what about the fish? Grandmaster On goes Fish. Bunkbot goes Goat. I'll be back. If you wish to come back, we'll be back. We'll be back for you. Coquidius, we'll be back for you.
Coquidius owes us a raid.
But that's what we heard. Bunkbot goes Goat. Eventually, Gold goes Fish. Grumple Stiltskin, are you Goat or are you Fish? That's one more Goat, that's one more for Fish. Canada Rami with Goat, that's two more Goat and one more Fish. Mandiggity Snag goes Fish, that's two more Goat and two more Fish. Two more Goat and two more Fish. Wasted Height, are you Goat or are you Fish? Psychic Buckeye, that's three more Goat and two more Fish. Three more Goat and two more Fish. Three more Goat and two more Fish. Prue Lawrence goes Goat, four more Goat and two more Fish. One for Goat, two's for Goats, three's for Goats, four's for Goats. Fish. TML Rules says put me. Well, wait a versus. TML Rules, you say put me on the fence. TML Rules, you want to be on the fence? TML Rules, you've been Fish for so many verses. What the fence is going on over here? I redeemed a 10K. Oh, TML Rules. Oh no.
I'm not offensive.
Psychic Buckeye redeemed a verses for Goat. Wait a verses. Listen. Let Goat versus Fish show you. Now, we have a versus for Goat. We have Psychic Buckeye 12 with a versus for Goat, and that's a versus for Celebration. Have a look at this. That's a versus for Goat. Psychic Buckeye 12. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. And there's another, and that costs 10,000 channel points, a versus for Goat. So that's a lot of viewing. Celebration for Psychic Buckeye 12 for Goat. Now to redeem Fence It costs like 10, 12,000, 11,234 verse points or something like that. And okay, so they're on the fence, so we'll put them on the fence in the verses. But wait, they don't need Sunshine. They don't need any special musications. Spending that many verse points on Fence It, it's just verses wasted. It's just wasted sitting on the fence. There's no special fence segment. There's no Great Despair from Goat vs. Fish. There's no epic fence musications. It's just wasted verses. So you're sitting on the fence, okay? Psychic Buckeye 12 redeemed a verses for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Goat, 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 goat. Celebration for Goat. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see on Goat vs. Fish. Major Tom goes fish. Major Tom goes fish. So, pitiably, that's one less fish in the verses from TML Rules, and it's one more fence sitter. Fence. Fence indeed. Celebration for a versus for Goat. Salvo subs goes Goat. Salvo subs goes Goat. A versus for Goat. A versus for Goat. We're going to count that versus right here. Goat are off to an astounding lead now with a versus for Goat. An astounding lead with a versus for Goat. Major Tom went fish. Salvo subs. Put my name. TML Rules, what? You want us to put your name on the fence down there? Because you redeemed Fence It? No! You're in no position to make demands of Goat versus Fish. So you spent all these verses on Fence It. You get nothing from Goat versus Fish. Congratulations, you wasted all of your verse points on sitting on the fence. What do you expect? Do you expect special treatment now from Goat versus Fish? Astronomist says one Goat, please. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Goat. Listen, TML Rules, when you're ready back to being fish, we will accept you as fish. We'll accept the fish when you're ready to be fish again. But for now, what do you want? Do you want special privileges because you sat on the fence? Because you redeemed Fence It? We're not having it. Psychic Buckeye 12 with the verses for Goat. Goat, 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 goat. Celebration for Goat. Celebration for Psychic Buckeye 12. Celebration for Psychic Buckeye 12. Where's that goat? Oh, we've got the goat. We've got the Psychic Buckeye 12 goat. We've got the Psychic Buckeye 12 goat, right? We've got goat! We've got goat! Psychic Buckeye 12 goat! And we've got Keepa or Keepo. You say, in that case, I'll fence since till it... Fence since? Now you can get that fence out of your mouth. You can scarcely spell. We've got Keepa or Keepo with Goat. That's another goat. Keepa or Keepo with Goat. Goat and Fish, we have a special verse announcement. A special verse announcement by Goat versus Fish. Amber Heard says, "Where's my fence guy? You can just be that snail or whatever." And can I have a sword on mine? Do you see the Goat and Fish being this demanding to Goat versus Fish? It's always these fencers. Oh, where's my fence guy? Put a sword by mine. Write my name by the fence. Have you noticed this?
It's because it's late in the day and they have more energy to demand. They're not as submissive as they are when they just wake up.
BBDH187 Fish. Celebrate some more fish. It's time for a special verse announcement, Goat and Fish. It's time for a special verse announcement. Let's see if GoatVsFish can find this verse announcement. Well, we don't even want to sign into fence. So we'll just make the verse announcement here. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go here on GoatVsFish, and we're going to put something on the screen that you've never seen. This is a surprise. This is a surprise even. This is a surprise even to It's Sunshine. What's this? What's this? What's going on here? Do you see this, Sunshine? Do you see this? We see I Can Fix Amber Heard, and we see it looks like it says there from Twitch. We see BBDH187 from Twitch. We see I Can Fix Amber Heard again. We see Eventually Gold, and then wait, we see BBDH187 from YouTube as well. Do you see this?
Is this the announcement?
Do you see this? Well, this is evidence of what we are going to announce. We've been seeing YouTube and Twitch chat on the screen at the same verses. Has this ever happened before on GoatVsFish in recent verses?
So this is the VIP opportunities you guys get if you know.
Well, GoatVsFish, they still say that GoatVsFish is not allowed to direct Twitch viewers to watch a YouTube stream. They still say that.
So this is against it? Against Twitch versus?
Oh no, Twitch has changed their verses. Well, GoatVsFish still cannot direct you to watch a concurrent YouTube living stream of GoatVsFish. Twitch has relaxed their terms of service to now allow streamers to display a simultaneous group celebration for fish multi-chat. GoatVsFish can now display simultaneous group collected collated multi-chats that display both the Twitch and the YouTube and any other platform congregation. The entirety of the congregation can now be displayed on the living stream all at once.
Ooh.
Yes, before Twitch said, oh, you can't show YouTube chat on Twitch when you're live streaming on Twitch. But in a recent verse announcement by Twitch, they said, okay, we're not going to enforce that anymore. So the congregation, the entirety of the congregation can now be displayed live on GoatVsFish, the YouTube and the Twitch. So GoatVsFish still cannot direct you to go watch GoatVsFish on YouTube, but we can show you that there is a congregation on YouTube, and we can also inform you that GoatVsFish is trying to achieve 3,000 watch hours on YouTube. And we can show you that there's a congregation both on Twitch and on YouTube. Celebration for the relaxation of Twitch's terms of services. TML Rules says, look at me, I'm sitting on the fence. The Uncle Bo says, I'm helping. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your help. Who else wants to help? We're just going to throw this over here. We're just going to celebration the joint chat of GoatVsFish just like this. We're going to double the chat just like that. We're going to double the chat just like that. And then GoatVsFish is going to take a versus. That's the verse camera of GoatVsFish, and that's GoatVsFish. Then we want. Where's GoatVsFish? Do we have to add the verses? We have to add media source, add video capture device. There's the verses. Just like this. So now we can sort of do a verses like this. Look at that! Well, just look at that. Look, it's the chat, it's the congregation, it's GoatVsFish, it's the whole verses, it's Sunshine. So we have Blub, Eventually Gold with 50 Blub points for fish, celebration for fish, celebration for fish. 50 Blub points for fish, yes. And let's get this. Hammerhead Shark. hammerhead shark in the versus for fish. And we'll get one big sound alert coming off of that fish, coming off of that fish. Most celebration, most celebration. Most celebration. So goat versus fish, we said, oh, we're late this versus. We said, oh, we're late this versus. But as we said, goat versus fish was at a place called Celebration for Fish, BBDH 187. That goat versus fish was at the LA Breakfast Club. And now, as the goats do bleat and the fish do blub, wow, look at that. 8 are viewing Goat vs. Fish on YouTube. What an interesting versus. What a fascination. What a fascination. So Goat vs. Fish has some evidence to show you now. Has some evidence to show you now. So let's have a look at that versus. Now, we know we're live. We know that we're live, but Sunshine, you did say that you would ponder going to the LA Breakfast Club for their 100 verse celebration. But before you make that decision for next week, why don't we have a look at some of the pictures that Goat vs. Fish took from the celebration this versus?
Sure.
Starting with the first verses. Let's show you the breakfast. Whoa, it's huge. It's a huge breakfast.
What is that?
What's that? It's a breakfast! Behold! The Los Angeles Breakfast Club breakfast of Goat vs. Fish! What do you think of that? We know you don't like to consume much early, but you have to say you get that which for you pay at the LABC, don't you?
Yeah, you even get a Goat vs. Fish sticker.
You even get a Goat vs. Fish sticker. So Goat vs. Fish went up, and we wanted to find out if the bacon was goat or fish, and if the sausage was goat or fish, and if the ham was goat or fish, and if the steamed eggs were goat or fish, and if the scrambled eggs were goat or fish, and if the hash browns were goat or fish, and if the sausage and gravy was goat and fish, and if the fresh fruit was goat or fish. We also got some goat meal. You see that goat meal? Delicious goat meal. And Goat vs. Fish put a versus of dates in the goat meal. And then Goat vs. Fish, we carried our caffeination with our goat milk. And we couldn't carry the hot goat milk and the goat meal at the same verses. And so then we went back to retrieve our goat meal with the dates. And it was gone. It was gone where we had left it. So we made ourselves another one. And so Goat vs. Fish took our goat meal with dates back to the table of Goat vs. Fish. And lo and behold, the previous goat meal with dates was already there. Someone, some kind member of the Los Angeles Breakfast Club saw that Goat vs. Fish couldn't carry our goat meal and followed Goat vs. Fish, followed right behind Goat vs. Fish, and delivered the goat meal to the table of Goat vs. Fish. They're so helpful. They're so helpful. And so we had double goat meal celebration! It's all you can eat. So there you are. So there's a delicious meal of Goat vs. Fish from the Los Angeles Breakfast Club. How about that? Next verses, we've got this versus of Goat vs. Fish. It looks... Oh, it's another giant one. It's another giant one. Where's the verses where we just... blending mode, transform, fit to screen. No picture! So here, as you can see at the LABC, they cheekily post this verses that says no picture. They have an old fish school screen right there where they show you slides, an old slide projection. It's old slide projection. They show you old and ancient verses, old pictures from millions of years ago, and you can see at the top of the verses it says over 100 years of friendship. Over 100 years of friendship. Yes, just as Goat vs. Fish had the shrine of Goat vs. Fish here live on YouTube for over 900 minutes. And oh, how the congregation did join the shrine of the eternal flame of Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish has found other shrines in the universe who were all inspired by the shrine of Goat vs. Fish. Let it be verses that the Los Angeles Breakfast Club was deeply inspired by Goat vs. Fish. Sure, the LABC may say that it was the reverse. Some say that Goat vs. Fish went to an early verses from 7 to 9 a.m. at the Los Angeles Breakfast Club, and some say that Goat vs. Fish thought, well, if hundreds of breakfast-eating goat and fish can wake up early to go to the LABC, then surely they will come early for the morning motivational of Goat vs. Fish. But actually, it was the reverse. Actually, it was the Los Angeles Breakfast Club that took inspiration from the early Goat vs. Fish. Because even though you may say Goat vs. Fish was late today, because in the beginning there was Goat vs. Fish, it was actually Goat vs. Fish way before Goat vs. Fish was ever late. So really, the earliest verses was already Goat vs. Fish. That makes verses, yes?
If Goat vs. Fish was early, then how could they be even earlier for this live stream?
Well, earlier? What, you mean earlier than this live stream? But Goat vs. Fish was here before that. Because in the beginning there was Goat vs. Fish. So Goat vs. Fish was always earlier.
So they will show up earlier for the live stream, for the motivational verses.
For the morning motivational verses? Well, the Los Angeles Breakfast Club is only every Wednesday verses. So they can show up early for Mon verses, for Tues verses, for Thurs verses. They can show up any verses. They can show up any verses for the Goat vs. Fish morning motivational Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also now. No picture. But look who's here though. Sunshine. Something you can't resist. Who's that? Who's that over there?
It's a piano. It's a musicator.
It's a musicator. And what are they doing at the LABC? Can you take a wild guess?
They're playing piano to the pictures that is moving.
And the speakers and every verses that is happening whenever they are making an introduction of a new member, they're playing celebrations, live inspiration, moving the verses of the congregation along with piano musications. Another inspiration clearly taken from Goat vs. Fish.
Can he also play guitar?
Well, there's only one way to find out. So that is something you could see. You could try to take inspiration from that. No picture! Let's move back. Let's move back just a smidge. Let's move back just a smidge here. So here's a wider verses. Oh, look, someone's touching their nose, just like you. Just there, see?
Hey.
It's just like you. It's just like sunshine.
I like representation.
So here's a verses, and there are as many goat and fish in front of Goat vs. Fish as there are behind Goat vs. Fish. And it's a very wide verses. It's a big verses, just to give you a sense of scale, like a scale of a fish. Like a scale of a fish. And let's look at, speaking of shrines, hotkeys. Wow, the hotkey of Goat vs. Fish celebration. Oh wait, we have to reverse the verses. Behold, a verses of bacon and eggs. Is the bacon the goat and the egg the fish? We now read what is written on that fence there. We now read what's on that fence. It says, quotation, "Get ye now your way to the shrine of the world, but remember, the greatest of all shrines among men, be they goat or fish, is the shrine of friendship." Celebration for friendship! Celebration for friendship! Celebration for friendship! Who among you are friends in the congregation? Do you consider yourselves friends in the congregation, though you know each other from afar, though many of you know each other from afar, and you congregation here virtually in the virtual space of the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational? Who among you consider yourselves friends? Consider yourself friends. Sunshine has about 5 more minutes, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Goat versus fish. Let's take a look at this. Goat versus fish. We said goat versus fish. We said goat versus fish. So here's the placemat of the Los Angeles Breakfast Club, and it's got a lot of fancy things going on. It's got some sort of wooden fence called ham. Do you know that when you become initiated as a member at the LA Breakfast Club, you have to sit on that wooden horse named Ham?
Is that a threat?
It seems like a threat to Goat versus Fish. They're like, oh, if you want to become a member of the LABC, you have to sit on the fence. Goat versus Fish. Say all you want about the shrine of friendship, but Goat versus Fish is going to sit on the fence just to become a member of the LA Breakfast Club, and they've got the Rangers, and they've got the Roosters. What is this? Ranger versus Rooster, the buried hatchet, the golden rule? Is this a game of Operation? The golden shovel, the oil can? Where's the goat? Where's the fish? Where's the verses? Where's the unification?
You should bring your own goat and fish.
Well, Goat vs. Fish has gone to LABC as Goat vs. Fish, which of course we always are because it's always Goat vs. Fish, and we brought the goat and fish, and it was a celebration. They welcomed Goat vs. Fish. So we can say this. They welcomed Goat vs. Fish. And then they have a verses that goes like this. It's some sort of strange language that goes FVNEM, SVFM. FVNEX, SVFX, OIC, VFMNX. And some say Goat versus Fish is indecipherable. Some say Goat versus Fish is indecipherable. Goat and Fish, Sunshine is going to have to be going early. We think there is one more video that we want to show you here from the LABC. Oh, what's this? What's this?
Oh.
What's this?
Vladimir Putin.
Oh, look, someone was wearing a pin that said Goat versus Fish. How nice. How nice. Someone was wearing a pin that said Goat versus Fish. Isn't that the verses? Oh, and by the verses, we'll show you this. So Goat versus Fish, they're so friendly there. So someone left their jacket, and it had that pin of Goat versus Fish on it. And Goat versus Fish saw someone else with a pin. And that pin looked like this. And Goat versus Fish said, "Hey, can I take a picture of that pin?" And they said, "No!" They said, "This pin is to be given. This pin is to be given to anyone who makes recognition of the pin, as a reminder to be kind to one another." So Goat vs. Fish received the pin. Goat vs. Fish received the pin at the Shrine of Friendship at LABC. And in return, Goat vs. Fish gave the pin of Goat vs. Fish. It was a beautiful exchange of verses. Be kind, Goat and Fish. Be kind, Goat vs. Fish. And be any kind of goat or fish that you wish. And fence sitters, be kind and get off your behind. Oh, what a verses!
To be kind or to be unkind. That is the verses.
We now give you over to It's Sunshine for some final musications, and maybe we'll have a little video of 10 seconds to show you, but this is going to be, Sunshine's going to be leaving us early this verses. Sunshine's going to be leaving us early this verses. So we'll see if we can load up that final little video of Goat versus Fish, and we'll let Sunshine say bye.
Bye. It's been nice hanging out with you in this late verses. I'm sorry my nose was like, all fenced up. But it's that time of the month where my nose becomes all fancy. I love you too, Amber Heard. Everybody who loves me, speak up now, otherwise I won't know you love me. Eventually Goat loves me more. Celebration, Amber Heard. Now all you have to do is love me more than eventually Goat.
Oh, you're really making this a competition, huh?
Yay! Alright, whoever's not fence wins. Whoa, infinity plus one. Thank you guys for the love.
We're downloading the video now. We can show you some live verses from inside LABC. We've got it. We've got the verses. Live from inside the Shrine of Friendship. Live from inside the Shrine of Friendship. It goes a little verses like this. Oh, it's a bit loud. It goes a little verses like this.
What kind of recruitment is that? I'm a tense, I'm a fence, I'm a pence.
Was it spam and fence? Spam and fence?
I'm a spam, I'm a fence.
They have a whole verses about, oh, you're either a ham or you're an egg, and we're like, whoa.
Whoa.
That's totally derivative of Goat versus Fish. But you can hear the keys. You can hear the keys playing there.
Oh, that's just
Goat and fish, are you a goat or a fish? Goat and fish, You have to change on that. Goat or fish, Goat or fish. Goat or fish, Goat or fish. Goat versus fish. Goat or fish, Goat or fish. Don't they change verses there?
I mean, you were there.
That's the verses.
Oh, okay, so you want me to play B flat, okay.
Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat or fish. Goat or fish. Are you goat? We'll have to work. We'll have to work on that verses. Goat and fish. It's sunshine.
Hey. I'll see you guys on the next Monday morning motivational.
Listen, it's not your fault. Any song that's about ham and eggs and not about goat and fish, it's probably something very complication.
Yeah, it is very complicated for me, and it's constipated my verses, which I have to attend to.
Yes.
in a loose fashion.
In a loose fashion. Well, loosen up, Sunshine. It's Sunshine. Follow It's Sunshine. Twitch.tv/It's Sunshine. Guess what, Goat and Fish? You're in for a special versus because now you're going to get an hour of Goat vs. Fish, morning motivational, and it's just going to be you and the glorious dulcet tones of Goat vs. Fish. Let's see Sunshine out. Let's see Sunshine out.
Yay! Good night, America.
It's Sunshine. Well, Sunshine. Oh, and are you Goat or Fish?
I am Goat.
Celebration for Goat! Celebration for Goat!
Celebration.
Celebration for Goat, but we're not just going to abandon you like this. Come here, Sunshine. Let us see. We say farewell, Sunshine. It has been a pleasant versing with you. And we'll see you next verses. Thank you for being here on the Motivation with Goat vs. Fish.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the late motivationals today, and may you expel all ham and eggs and be their only goat and fish.
Well, don't be late to your next verses. Scamper off, Sunshine. It's Sunshine, everyone. It's Sunshine. It's Sunshine. It's Sunshine. It's Sunshine. So quiet. It's so quiet now. It's so quiet now. Leslie Tanner, welcome to Goat vs. Fish. Lysergic Freak Fish, what in tarnation did I just walk into? It's a late, great morning stream of Goat vs. Fish, and we have eventually Gold may ask if my petty 15 versus American dollar donation for fish was counted. When did you make this donation for fish? Oh, my verses! Radiation, the news junkie raids Goat vs. Fish. You're being raided by the news junkie and Orlando radio podcast show. Oh, my verses, you're being radiationed by the News Junkie podcast show that covers news with some of the most skilled and entertaining people in the business. Also, Sean is on it. Celebration for Big Doug Millionaire Booty Moonshine. We follow the News Junkie. Yeah, it was. You want some news? We'll show you some Goat versus Fish news. You're a news junkie. We've got news. Eventually, Gold or whoever it was with that 15 versus American dollar donation, don't allow Goat versus Fish to forget about that versus. But we just got a big radiation from the news junkie, and we want to show you some Goat versus Fish news. We want to show you some classic news of Goat versus Fish. It's news. It's time for news. It's Mamdani Mayhem, Goat and Fish. We had covered some Mamdani news on Goat versus Fish, and we're about to show it to you right here, right now. You think Goat versus Fish is just some kind of silly, referentialist thing? You think that Goat versus Fish is just a big, silly type versus? Like, whoa, Goat versus Fish, it can't be that serious. We'll have a look at this. Here, Mamdani, are you goat or are you fish? Do you be goat or a fish? Don't say it on the Let's watch some news. Let's just watch some news together. We'll try this versus. We'll try Eyewitness News, ABC 7 NY. At a press conference, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is that NYC, Michael Jackson glove? It's a Goat versus Fish glove. Rising star New York Mayor Mamdani held a conference after securing funding for small little kids and guppies to go to school or maybe get childcare or something. And during that conference, the true verses of Goat versus Fish was revealed. Watch this. You're never going to believe this news. The Stephathy, welcome to Goat versus Fish. The verses of Goat vs. Fish at the Mamdani press conference. Kids tell Mayor Mamdani their favorite animals. Wait for it. We love this versus.
Favorite aquarium animal is a shark.
Is a shark. That's honestly such a good one.
Yes. Home animal is a goat.
Oh, and a goat. Thank you all for your answer.
Celebration for Goat vs. Fish! Celebration for Goat vs. Fish! So as you can see, there's lots of goat and fish related news happening out there every versus in the universe of Goat vs. Fish, and you can't trust Big Fence. You can't trust Big Fence. You can't trust those fence sitters to give you the news. You can't trust those fence sitters to... Oh, they turned it off. You can't trust those fence sitters to give you the news. You need Goat vs. Fish to give you the quality information. And if you're influencing and if you're interviewing those who bring the news directly to use, put Goat vs. Fish. Goat vs. Fish will be a guest on your verses, and we'll tell you all about the news. We'll tell you all about the time that Russia traded 100 breedable goats to North Korea in exchange for soldiers to fight in the false verses of Russia versus Ukraine. We'll tell you about Trump's big border fence, the fence on which the fence sitter sits, choosing neither goat nor fish. We'll tell you about the sex lives of fish, science news on Goat vs. Fish. There's so much Goat vs. Fish news, and we really appreciation for the radiation. There's just one versus that remains. There's just one versus that remains, and that is the News Junkie. Are you goat or are you fish? News Junkie, are you goat or fish? We're used to Sunshine being like, bah, bah, but now it's just Goat versus Fish. Celebration for Fish, eventually gold, and celebration to Cocidius, if that's what you... Cocidius75, they said, do you want a radiation? And Goat vs. Fish said yes, and they followed through, and they followed Goat vs. Fish, and that is great appreciation. News Junkie is definitely a fish guy. Is that true? We need to hear it from the News Junkie. We need to hear it from the News Junkie themselves. We need to hear it from the News Junkie. We're looking now at the chat of Goat vs. Fish. Sean, is a peacock? Is a peacock a goat or a fish? Obi-Wan Kenobi, get with the verses. This is Goat vs. Fish. Artman, are you goat or fish? Bud Morgan is on the fence. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Kokidia says, I'm a goat guy. We've got goat. We have a declaration for goat. We have a declaration for goat.
Is ever growing, and soon I will overthrow the world. Very beautiful. Very powerful.
So here's how we keep score on Goat vs. Fish. Here's what we do about the news here on Goat vs. Fish. Eventually gold with 100 sound alert, 100 sound alert for fish, 100 sound alert for fish. So that's 100 more verse points for fish. That's 100 more verse points for fish. And then we count another verses here. We count another verses here for the sound alert for fish. And Artman declares goat, so it's celebration for goat. That's one more goat. That's one more goat in the verses of Goat vs. Fish. We're doing research here on Goat vs. Fish. Bud Morgan is on the fence. Dizzy Be Busy, are you goat? Dizzy Be Busy goes goat. Dizzy Be Busy goes goat. Bud Morgan is fence. Where do goats stand on abortion? Well, goats stand usually on mountains. But if you want to know about that, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Goat vs. Fish, if you follow Goat vs. Fish, if Obi-Wan Kenobi follows Goat vs. Fish, we'll show you a clip of Goat vs. Fish speaking on the sensitive subject of abortion, but you have to follow Goat vs. Fish. You have to follow Goat vs. Fish. And Goat vs. Fish. Bud Morgan on the fence. Very pitiable on the fence. Fancy fence sitter. Fancy fence sitter. Fence sitter! Artman goat, Artman, we got the Artman goat, eventually gold. We have Mannequin who says, well, I've never seen one goat get an abortion, so I'm guessing they don't like it. Well, you can trust your eyes, or you can trust the news of Goat vs. Fish. Kickin', are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish? That's the verses. We've got we've got a Big Doug Billionaire. Are you goat or are you fish? I'm the goat of everything. Mannequin says I'm the goat of everything. Celebration for everything, goat. Celebration for everything, goat. You're not going to be able to throw Goat vs. Fish with your tough questions, because the toughest question of all is, are you goat or are you fish? Trigger warning, this is Goat vs. Fish. Oh, do you easily take offense to sensitive subjects? Well, maybe you're just a little too sensitive for Goat vs. Fish. Maybe you can't handle Goat vs. Fish. Maybe you can't take a real versus like Goat vs. Fish. Oh, I don't want to touch Goat vs. Fish with a 10-foot fence. Oh, no, that's far too... Oh, it's far too sensitive of a subject. It's kind of a hot-button issue. I can fix. Amber Heard says add 1,500 for fish from gold. 1,500 for fish from gold. But then where did the 3,000 come from for goat? We have to review this versus. You like Fish the Band? Well, Fish the Band is fish. Fish the Band is fish. Goats have devil eyes. We think we have a devil goat somewhere. I think we have a devil goat somewhere. Goat versus fish. I only have one eye. And I find it very rude and offensive that you say that devil goats have eyes when I only have one eye because I lost it in the battle with a fish. You have to watch what you say around these goats and fish. You have to watch what you say around these goats and fish. You don't want to be ableist. You don't want to be ableist around the goat and fish. You don't want to be ableist around the goat and fish. Thanks for me and Amber did a 15 at the start. You both did. Oh, and it was Goat versus Fish. It was As You Wish. We believe in you. We believe in you. 15. That's 1,500 from Eventually Gold for the goldfish. 1,650 for fish. That's 1,650 points for fish. Celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. Goat versus Fish needs a verse tracker. Lol. Goat versus Fish. Well, we thought that between you and Goat versus Fish, we sort of have found that when Goat vs. Fish does the living streams that you sort of like the suffering of Goat vs. Fish. You're like, oh, Goat vs. Fish, count this. Oh, Goat vs. Fish, do that. No, you miss verses. No, add one more Goat. No, take it. We think you have fun watching Goat vs. Fish struggle to maintain the verses. But, of course, it's not a struggle. It's a pleasure for Goat vs. Fish. We love maintaining the verses. We love counting the verses. We love counting the goat and fish. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little goat and fish. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little goat and fish. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little goat and fish. None of them on the fence. None of them on the fence. Hellbringer 22 says goat. Hellbringer 22 says goat eats fish. Celebration for goat. Celebration for goat. It's one more goat. One more glorious goat. One more glorious goat. Some of you may be saying, okay, we're watching Goat versus Fish. We just radiation from the news channel. And okay, this is a fun little bit to do on stream. This is a fun little versus. But when's it not going to be Goat versus Fish? What happens after Goat versus Fish? After Goat versus Fish, it's more Goat versus Fish. After Goat versus Fish, it's more Goat versus Fish. After Goat versus Fish, there's just more Goat versus Fish. You just have to accept that there's more Goat versus Fish. And there's more Goat versus Fish. There's more Goat versus Fish. And 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 more Goat versus Fish. It's forever Goat versus Fish. It's forever Goat versus Fish. So just try to comprehension that. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, if Goat and Fish leave a train station at 6:07 at 10 mph, which one reaches San Diego first? We think you're missing some critical verses there. And the most critical verses, Obi-Wan Kenobi, that we're missing is, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or a fish? Are you goat or are you a fish? Are you goat or are you a fish? Are you a goat or are you a fish? A goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Behold, the shrine of Goat versus Fish. Welcome. Welcome to the shrine of Goat versus Fish. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little goat and fish. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little goat and fish. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little goat and fish. 10 little, 11 little, 12 little goat and fish. 11 little, 12 little, 13 little goat and fish. 14 little, 15 little goat and fish. 16 little, 17 little goat and fish. 17 little, 18 little goat and fish. 19 little, 20 little goat and fish. 21 little, 22 little goat and fish. 23 little goat and fish. 24 little goat and fish. 25 little goat and fish. 26 little goat and fish. 27 little goat and fish. 28 little goat and fish. 29 little goat and fish. 30 little goat and fish. 31 little goat and fish. 32 little goat and fish. 33 little goat and fish. 34 little goat and fish. 35 little goat and fish. 36 little goat and fish. 37 little goat and fish. 38 little goat and fish. 39 Celebration for fish, eventually gold. Celebration for fish! Celebration for fish. Goat versus fish. If I get VIP and travel to LA, can I be on the show? The couch joke gave me the des. The desire. Fish got freaky with goat. Oh, fish is getting freaky with goat every verses. Fish loves getting freaky with goat. Goat loves getting freaky with fish. As long as it's a consensual versus. As long as it's a consensual versus of goat versus fish. I can fix Amber Heard. If you want to make plans to come visitation the house of goat versus fish, we think we can make that a private conversation. But yes, I can fix Amber Heard. If you come to Goat versus Fish, you can be on the show. You've paid for VIP. You've paid for VIP. You've been in the chair. I can fix Amber Heard. You can be on the show if you come to Los Angeles. We have to plan it out with Goat versus Fish. But yes, you could come to LA and be on the show. You got the VIP. You bought the VIP, so you could be on the show. You could be on the show with Goat versus Fish. Obi-Wan Kenobi still doesn't follow Goat vs. Fish, even though they clearly are having so much fun watching Goat vs. Fish. Got Crypto has a first message for Goat vs. Fish. Got Crypto? Got Crypto? Got Crypto? The only thing you need to invest in is Goat vs. Fish. Hey, thanks for the follow. Your investment in Goat vs. Fish is going to pay out way faster than any crypto exchange that you could enter. Trust me, I'm a guy with a suit. I'm stonks. Goat versus fish in the moon. This is not financial advice. Man kicking follows Goat versus Fish. Man kicking follows Goat versus Fish. Celebration for man kicking follows Goat versus Fish. Appreciation for the follow of Goat versus Fish. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. So where was that? An appreciation eventually gold for the 15 versus American dollars. 15 versus American dollar contribution. We've got 3,000 for goat. We've got 1,650 for fish. We've got 12 goat in the verses. We've got 1,500 for fence. We've got 3, 4, 5 in the verses for fish. At least now the fish have more verses than the fence. It would be very pitiable if the fence had more verses than fish. You don't want the fence to out versus the fish. If the goat triumphs over the fish, that's one verses. But if the fish get out versus by the fence, we don't want that to happen. Got Crypto follows Goat versus Fish. Celebration. Got Crypto follows Goat versus Fish. Appreciation. Got Crypto who follows Goat versus Fish. That's what Goat versus Fish. Some of you may be saying, "Oh, Goat versus Fish." Okay, so you're like a fun and interesting little Twitch streamer, but no one out there in the real world would really like Goat versus Fish. What? Do you think this guy goes out there and is Goat versus Fish in public? No one would ever go for it. It'd be too much of a fence embarrassment. No, it could never possibly happen. Goat or fish! 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 Okay, well that's one versus, but has it really ever happened before? Has it really ever happened before? Is that something that we could really?
Next guy, he was out there. He did something special. And can I ask you guys a favor? Play into it. It's way more fun. You guys ready? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's my homeboy. There's no one like him. It's Goat versus Fish.
Imagine Goat versus Fish, I do. No matter if they say it's false, you know it's true. The goats are going and fish boo. They versus together. I'm gonna ask you now, it's question time. Just say if you are goat or fish, and you'll be fine. But if you're sitting on the fence, your ass is mine. We versus together. In the sea, Goat philosophy, we versus together. I can't see goat versus no loving goatfish for all my life. When they versus, maybe the goat or fish kiss, and you never choose goat or fish. I might. They versus every day and night. They lick and bite. It's all about the golden fish and how they fight. They versus together. Just the goats now. Now the fish.
So that's goat versus fish. That's goat versus fish. So that's a bit of goat versus fish. There. That's some goat versus fish for you. We just wanted to show you some goat versus fish. So we hope you like goat versus fish. We hope you like goat versus fish. And we hope you really like goat versus fish.
Is that you, goat versus fish? Oh, my verses. I'd like you to versus me sideways, and I'd like you to versus me cross-eyed. And I'd like you to versus me in my naughty holes. Grandma, please. And then I want him to versus over at the beach. And I want him to versus in the bedroom. And then under the bed. And Grandma, this is... Oh my God, Grandma. Sorry, I just get so ornery whenever that goat versus fish gentleman comes in. I saw him in the flesh.
All right. As you can see, I've got the disco lights happening. I was very inspired by Goat versus Fish's exciting, crazy light show, and so.
Vermin Supreme, inspired by Goat versus Fish.
7 months sub. It's 7 months for Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish subbed 7 months. Thank you so much for the 7 months, Goat versus Fish. I gotta tell you guys, I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of Goat versus Fish here. What I want to say is, everybody says that I do a pretty good job of not leaving a lot of dead air, or and keeping people watching and stuff like that. You know, like a lot of streamers will just like sit there picking their nose for a while. And nobody wants to watch it. They all leave. Goat versus Fish is the best streamer I have seen. I would say, hands down, at not leaving any dead air. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do what Goat versus Fish does and just like keep the stream moving, like constantly moving like that. That's I'm good, but that's like a whole nother level. You're a...
Well, it's just a few humble accolades of Goat versus Fish. It's just a humble versus. It's just a humble versus. It's just a humble versus. It's just a humble versus of Goat versus Fish. Cocadia75 says, got it, thank you. We enjoyed the radiation. We are glad you enjoyed the radiation too. This is all still just fallout from the radiation. Goat vs. Fish does live stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational. This versus the Goat vs. Fish Morning Motivational was just a little bit later than usual because Goat vs. Fish had a special versus to attend to. And Goat vs. Fish just was doing shrine streams. We have been doing Goat vs. Fish shrine streams, real shrine hours, Goat and Fish. We've been doing real shrine hours And we even get lit. We don't know where the goat versus fish inflammation device is at the current verses, but we get lit here, and it spins about, and we sort of adjust the goat and fish. And on YouTube, when we do real shrine hours, our last shrine live stream was 909 consecutive minutes, goat and fish. We were live continuously for 909 minutes, live streaming the shrine of goat versus fish. And it's a place where you goat and fish can come into the congregation. It's just a third little place. You go to work, you go home, and you're like, oh, my verses. Where's another place where I can go and join like-minded goat and fish, and where I can bring fence sitters to learn about the true verses of goat versus fish? You can bring them to the shrine of goat versus fish at real shrine hours. As a matter of verses, once goat versus fish is done with this living stream, we'll probably just turn the shrine right back on. We'll probably just turn the shrine right back on Goat versus Fish. It never really ends. Goat versus Fish never truly ends. But Goat versus Fish now, we feel like we want to talk to the chat of Goat versus Fish. We want to talk to the chat of Goat versus Fish. Space Coyote says nice, because now we have this whole other verses. Twitch has recently changed their terms of services, and the change to the Twitch terms of services clearly states now that Goat versus Fish, Goat versus Fish, clearly states that Goat versus Fish can now have both chats of Goat versus Fish, YouTube and Twitch chat, on the screen at the same verses. This did not used to be. But Twitch finally wisened up and said, okay, fine. You can have, but wait, that's just the Twitch verses. They said we want Goat versus Fish. We want Goat versus Fish. There's the verses. And you can have the full verses on display. And look, it's got all of your profile pics and everything. And we can be just like this. And look at that, and you can see, and you can see that there's 5 viewers on YouTube and there's 18 viewers on Twitch, and that we're not currently streaming on Kick or on TikTok, but you can see how it be, and Goat versus Fish can see how it be. The congregation can all gather together now, can all gather together as one. What fun. So because we now have this verses for the congregation to all gather together as one, Goat versus Fish wants to give this opportunity. It's been a long verses. We love Sunshine, and Sunshine plays excellent musications, but now we can enjoy the voice of Goat versus Fish. We can enjoy some peace and verses with Goat versus Fish. It's been a long verses since you and the congregation just had a chat with Goat versus Fish. Just chatting with Goat versus Fish. We can do some philosophications. You can ask some questions to Goat versus Fish you may never have been able to ask before. You can ask about the philosophy of Goat versus Fish. You can ask about Goat. You can ask about Fish. As a matter of verses, we could even make it not just a chatting verses. We could have a whole call-in verses. We could have a whole call-in to Goat versus Fish. Call-in segment on Goat versus Fish. Let's do that. Let's sign in. And we'll even allow you to call in to Goat versus Fish. Eventually, Gold says, best fire at a cult leader's crib. You said that the other verses. Didn't you say that the other verses about it being the best fire at a cult leader's crib since David Koresh? Was that a big one? Let's do it, says I Can Fix Amber Heard. Let's do it. Goat versus Fish. We're doing Goat versus Fish. We're doing the verses. We're doing the verses. We're doing the verses right here. Prediction, Goat and Fish card emotes mega zoom. Oh, look at that. We can have Goat and Fish like that. That was a fun verses when we did that. And here we are. Goat versus Fish hotline. It's the Goat versus Fish hotline. 747-221-GVF0. That's 747-221-4830. It's the Goat versus Fish hotline. You can call and you can talk to Goat versus Fish. You can squawk at Goat versus Fish. Don't say anything fancy now. Goat versus Fish is responsible for everything that you say to Goat versus Fish. You want to talk news with Goat versus Fish? Talk news with Goat versus Fish. You want to talk about fish, Goat versus Fish? Talk about fish. We're going to give another shout out to the news junkie. to the news junkie who we have to wait 32 minutes and 50 seconds before giving the news junkie another shout out. Well, fence you, Twitch. We're shouting out the news junkie in any verses. Stay Lifted Production says, you are GOAT. Bongo time. Celebration for GOAT. Celebration for GOAT. You say bongo time? As a matter of verses, GOAT versus... We think we... Now, Goat versus Fish is no pro, but you want bongo time? You want bongo time? Well, we happen to have some here. Hi-Fi Protege left them in the verses. So, if that's really what you want, if that's really what you want. Versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. Goat versus fish. That was your bongo time. Celebration for bongo time. Oh, did someone leave a message for Goat versus Fish? Did someone just leave a message for Goat versus Fish? Where was the call? Where was the incoming call? Where was the incoming call notification for Goat versus Fish? Did you send a text to Goat versus Fish? Why did Goat versus Fish not hear an incoming call? What the fence is going on around here? It's versatile enough. Maybe promote fence. That was truly some good banooing. It was all right. There was no good or evil, only goat and fish. Listen, when we want to banoo, that's just what we do. Bongoing, it was a basic versus. It was a humble versus. It was a super humble, basic versus of Goat versus Fish. Well, it seems that there may have been a message for Goat versus Fish. It looks like it's saying that we missed a call, but why come we didn't hear the verses? Why come we didn't hear the verses of Goat versus Fish? Seems like no one wants to call Goat versus Fish, or maybe someone did, but it got fence. We're over it. We're over it already, Goat and Fish. We're over it already. We think it's time to check the news of Goat versus Fish. We want some news. We want some news. So let's get into it. Clown Science celebration for Goat. Clown Science. Clown Science celebration for Goat. Clown Science Goat celebration. The silence of Goat versus Fish. When we were watching Goat versus Fish televerses, we were enjoying the silence of Goat versus Fish, and now Goat versus Fish, Goat versus Fish feels nervous in the silence. Oh no. Goat versus Fish, the support of Sunshine has been so great. But now we started the verses late, and Sunshine couldn't be here to support Goat versus Fish. We do not blame the sun. The sun must go down. Even the sun must go down. Down with fence, Goat and Fish unite. Clown Science is calling for unification of Goat and Fish. We have decided to, though we're not currently in a unification, we have decided to honor the unity of Goat Fish by having the unification in the verses, between the verses here. There's the verses again. Your snail needs a sword? You're not a mod, I can fix Amber Heard. You're merely a VIP. So there it is. Is someone trying to call Goat versus Fish? Someone's trying to call Goat versus Fish, and it keeps saying that there's a missed call, but we're not hearing the call. What the fence is going on around here? Why the fence is Goat versus Fish not hearing the call of Goat versus Fish? There's got to be a verses for it. There's got to be some verses that Goat versus Fish is not hearing the calls, but we're not. We'll have to try. We'll just have to abandon it for now. Maybe we're just not taking calls from fence sitters. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe Goat versus Fish is just screening our calls. Merely, we gonna play that I can fix Amber Heard. We know what you're all about. You're like, oh, any verses that Goat versus Fish said will be held and used against you in a court of fence. Goat versus Fish could say something pleasant about the fence sitter, and the fence sitter would say, aha! Goat versus Fish really loves the fence sitter. It's like this. Goat versus Fish could say something pleasant about the fence sitter, and they would say, aha, we knew it, Goat versus Fish. At long last, Goat versus Fish says something pleasant about the fence sitter. Long overdue, Goat versus Fish. It's about time you gave the fence its proper due. And look, we got Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish said something nice about the fence sitter. Gave props to the fence. Gotcha, Goat versus Fish. Gotcha. On the other verses, if Goat versus Fish says something unpleasant about the fence, they whine and complain to Goat versus Fish. Oh, you never say anything nice to the fence sitter, Goat versus Fish. You're always so mean to the fence sitter. Oh, you say something mean to the fence sitter, we're going to use that against you, Goat versus Fish. We're going to use that against you to prove to all the Goat and Fish that you're just a big, nasty, mean old Goat versus Fish, and that you never have anything nice to say to the fence sitter. We'll use it against you. Wow, so you say something pleasant to the fence sitter, they use it against Goat versus Fish. You say something disciplinary to the fence sitter, which they call mean, and they use that against Goat versus Fish. It's almost like the fence sitter has it out for Goat versus Fish. It's almost like the fence sitter doesn't care if you say goat or if you say fish. It's almost like the fence sitter is going to weaponize anything that Goat versus Fish says to their own petty advantage. It's almost like the fence sitter is just trying to Get one over on Goat versus Fish. No matter the verses, it's almost like the fence sitter doesn't care what Goat versus Fish says. It's almost like the fence sitter has their own little fence agenda. They're going to twist and contort the verses of Goat versus Fish like so much pointily barbed wire, just so they can try to get under the skin of Goat versus Fish. They say you can't win Goat versus Fish, you can't win Goat versus Fish, and that's why it's not even a versus. That's why it's not even a versus. When we get fence fixers and fence builders like I Can Fix Amber Heard in the congregation of Goat versus Fish, here's what you don't know. I Can Fix Amber Heard. Goat versus Fish has been at this versus a lot longer than you have, and you may say, aha, I am the fence sitter. I am so versus Goat versus Fish. It's fence sitter versus Goat versus Fish, and that's the real versus, and that's the real versus. But let Goat versus Fish tell you. The fence sitter only dreams of being versus Goat versus Fish. You hear that? That's the sound of a fish. That's the sound of a fish that is versus a goat. The fence sitter dreams of being versus Goat versus Fish, but it's not fence sitter versus Goat versus Fish. It's Goat versus Fish. The only true versus is Goat versus Fish. And you fence sitters can dream of versusing Goat versus Fish all you wish, but it is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. There's no win. There's no loss for the fence sitter. You're just sitting there mumbling and scrumbling to yourself, dreaming and saying, oh, I got one on Goat versus Fish. I got the Goat versus Fish with a real singer on that one. Oh, there's no way Goat versus Fish can recover. Oh. Meanwhile, Goat versus Fish is out here making conversation with the goat and fish and spreading joy and friendship to all the goat and fish and enjoying the shrine of Goat versus Fish and tending to the congregation, and the fence sitters are sitting up there playing their own little fencily games in their fencily minds. Fencily games in their fencily minds, sitting on their behinds. It's rather pitiable as a matter of Goat versus Fish. Let Goat versus Fish play a sound for you. How about this? Aww. It's rather pitiable. It's rather pitiable, those fence sitters. We want them to have a versus. We really do. We want the fence sitters to partake in Goat versus Fish. But so long as they insist on misrepresentation, willful misrepresentation of the true verses of Goat versus Fish, as long as their concern is merely with taking Goat versus Fish and twisting it into something unrecognizable, just so they can get their kicks. Not goat kicks, mind you. Those are for goat and for versing fish only. Fence sitters, you may say after all of these verses, what more is there to say? There's nothing to say to the fence sitter anymore. There's nothing to say. You've all said it already, Goat versus Fish. Oh, we've said it already. But there's one versus that we haven't already said already, because we've already said it, and that versus is, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish, fence sitter? Let this be your motivation to get off the fence and join Goat versus Fish. Celebration for fish. Fish are really blubbing this versus. Where's the goat? Where's the goat? But that's just another versus of Goat versus Fish, and butts are for getting off of fences. It's time for our morning celebrations. Fence rant. Rant about the fence. Notosaurus Rex says, nut! Are you nutting? Are you nutting right now? Clown Science says, goat! Clown Science goat, Clown Science goat, Clown Science goat. Stay Lifted Barry says, all hail the goat! Notosaurus Rex says, fish! Celebration for fish. And more fish alert. Summer sausage! It was summer sausage, the whole verse is summer sausage with 50 for fish, summer sausage with 50 for fish, summer sausage with 50 for fish. That's 150 for fish. That's summer sausage with 150 for fish. We think they passed out. We think they're still passed out from the unification celebration. It's great to be here. 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 You may have seen, as promised, I recently raised my appearance fee. I raised my appearance fee by $1. Hey! Now I really feel motivated to be here. I feel really motivated to be in the congregation, you know. Big Shark has passed out from the unification, but I'm ready. I've got a flip in my stip, or I've got a flipper in my dipper. I've got a nipper in my blipper, and I'm ready. I'm ready to give him the old razzle dazzle. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's the Baby Shark Show. Yeah, you know, you got to go out there. You got to go out there and make it happen for yourself, just like I am. You know, you can shake it on camera for $1. Or you could shake it on camera for $2. Oh, yeah! Double the verses! What am I, Tyrus up in here? I've got someone very special that I want to introduce to you. You know, some of you struggle with a little something. This is a trigger warning for all you baby sharks out there. Some of you struggle with a little something called masturbation. And here we have the No Nutosaurus Rex here to share a little bit about their personal experience on that. So please welcome No Nutosaurus Rex. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay? I was addicted. I was an addict. I was an addict. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop doing it. I was doing it all the time. Okay? I would wake up and I'd do it. I'd go to bed and I'd do it. And let me tell you, it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy for me. Now, I'm not saying it's not healthy for you, but I'm saying it wasn't healthy for me. And then I was watching my favorite podcast, and on that podcast, you know what they said? They said No Nut November. And you know what? It's what is this now? It's February. Still haven't nutted, not even once. I think I'm done. I think I'm done nutting. Dinosaurs, they went extinct. They went extinct for a reason. And so I'm sort of like a crazy anomaly that I even exist here at all. So I think to honor my ancestors, I'm hereby suspending all reproductive activities, and there will be no nutting. No, you won't get nothing from me. You won't get no nothing from me. You'll get nothing. You'll get nothing. Okay, that's my time. Thank you for. I am No Nutosaurus Rex, and I am an addict. That was an unexpected versus. We weren't expecting that on Goat vs. Fish. You get rated by news channels. You get rated by news channels, and all of a sudden they want to talk about all kinds of things to Goat vs. Fish like this. All kinds of things like this to Goat vs. Fish. Dragon Balls 325 appreciation. We had a goat sound alert, and we had some fish sound alerts. So let's get some goat. We need to count the goat sound alerts for goat. Celebration for goat! Celebration for goat! La 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 la. So that's 100. That's 100 now. That's 200. 200, 400, 400, 450 for goat. 3,450. Dragon Balls 325 with epic contributions this versus. Dragon Balls 325 has been there in the shrine of Goat versus Fish. They've been there in the shrine doing modification, and now they're doing so much more for Goat versus Fish. They're doing so much more for Goat versus Fish, and that's some goat sound alerts. That's some good sound alerts. Oh, and there comes the fish. Here we've got goat. We've got goat in the verses. We've got this goat. We've got this fine goat. Fine goat in the verses. We've got goat. And we've had 2 trololos and a bleat. And then we've got blub. We've had 3 blubs. We've had a baby shark. We've had a baby shark. And we've had a jaws in the verses. And what's this? 420 from Clown Science. 420 from Clown Science. Appreciation. 420 for goat. 420 for goat. 420 for goat. That's 3, 8, 7. 3870 celebration. 3870. Yes, that's the verses. That's a 3870 verses. That's a 3870 verses. And we're hype training, Goat and Fish. We're hype training, Clown Science Goat. We're in a hype training, Goat and Fish. We're in a scam train, as Daniel DK likes to call it. We're in a scam train. Goat is really taking it. Goat, it's a domination by Goat.
My fish army is ever growing, and soon I will overthrow the world. Very beautiful, very powerful.
It's not over, said the fish. It's not over, said the fish, suspiciously shaped like a car for some verses that was riding on a fence, but somehow was still an amazing, weird art fish. It's not over. The fish army is ever growing, and soon it will overthrow the world. Very beautiful, very powerful. That's another 100 for fish. 1900 for fish, 1900 for fish, 1900 for fish, and that's another sound alert for fish. It's a classic versus. It's a classic versus on Goat versus Fish. We never did get through the explanation of what the difference between an even versus and a unification is. Dirt Cobain, welcome to Goat versus Fish. Ermagerd, scam training. Scam training. Clown Science with 420, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 20s appreciation, 420s appreciation. These keys are calling to Goat versus Fish. These keys are calling to Goat versus Fish. Keys are calling. Keys are calling. The keys are calling. The keys are calling. Okay, we played every key. We played every key on this fence, so we mastered it, right? We played the whole thing. So now it's done. It's sunshine. Dragon Balls 325. I can fix Amber Heard. We could just do this all verses, and it's like, this is a meditation on goat versus fish. Stare deep into the verses. Stare deep into the verses of goat versus fish. Verses shall set you free. Verses shall set you free. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. So we've got goat versus fish here. It's sort of like an undefined. It's like you've got the goat and the fish, but what are they? Are the goat and fish verses? Or are they in unification? So we've got that versus, and then we've got the dissonance. We've got the fancy dissonance. Play the Amber Heard song. We think the Amber Heard button is around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's off now. It's time for our morning celebrations. We haven't done our morning celebrations yet, and if any verses is going to happen on the Goat versus Fish morning motivation, it's the morning celebration appreciation. Appreciation, I Can Fix Amber Heard for being in the verses. Appreciation, Canada Rami for viewing Goat vs. Fish. Nutosaurus Rex. Appreciation, Psychic Buckeye 12. A celebration for Goat and a celebration for Psychic Buckeye 12. Clown Signs with the 420. Summer Sausage with the beautiful verses. Dragon Balls 325. Hey everyone, It's Sunshine is in the chat. Go follow It's Sunshine. Not Sam. San, go follow Sunshine. Sunshine, we miss you already. It's like, where's the musications? Where's the musications? Goat versus Fish is like, celebration for Goat! And we hear, meh, meh. But it's not there. But it's not there! Summer Sausage with some... Appreciation, Summer Sausage. Appreciation. So let's play some Thunder tracks. Let's play some Thunder tracks. How about that? Let's play an old verses of Thunder tracks. As we used to play Thunder tracks on stream, all the verses. So let's... Oh, wait, you did 420. You said 420 to Goat versus Fish. Where's that versus? Where's that versus? Make some noise for the goat. Make some noise for the goat. Well, that's a fine versus.
Celebration Thunder tracks. Welcome again to Goat vs. Fish. Welcome again to Goat vs. Fish. This shall be a mighty versus. This is the current versus.
It's Thunder tracks. This one goes out to, this one is a Thunder track song. This one goes out to Clown Science. This one goes out to Clown Science. This one goes out to Clown Science. Clown Science! Our morning celebrations. With 420 bits. Let's go! Celebration! A celebration! 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 Get off your rump and do it with Goat versus Fish! Morning celebrations! Celebration! Thunderous. Thunderous. Morning celebrations continuation. Celebration! Come on, Nuttosaurus Rex, do it with Goat versus Fish. Three more. Celebration! Celebration! Final verses, final verses! Ah! Just finished lunch, a delicious dish. Had some fried rice. And with it, fish! Not my real name, 4511. But where's this chat coming from? Why it's coming from YouTube. What the verses? Summer sausage! Wait, why isn't the verse? Summer sausage with 1,000 birds! Sausage, 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 sausage. Summer sausage with 1,000 bits to Goat versus Fish for the fish. Fish are closing the gap. Fish are closing the gap. Fish are clapping back. Fish are clapping back. Fish are clapping back. Yes, there they are. Yes, there they are. The YouTube viewers no longer against Twitch TOS. Steelforge Gaming, the motivational for late risers. Yes, it's a late motivate. It's a motivate late. It's a motivate late because we want to make sure that you're still feeling great. Steelforge Gaming. Are you laming? Are you laming? Or are you feeling the verses? Don't tell me you're laming. Don't tell me you're laming on Goat versus Fish. Time for stats. Time for stats check. Time for stats check. Time for stats check on Goat versus Fish. Stats check, stats check, stats check, stats check. The current subscribers of Goat vs. Fish has been nearing 2,200 for several verses. We're almost there, we're almost there. You too can subscribe to Goat vs. Fish if you wish. We look now. Ooh, we've got some new videos of Goat vs. Fish, new videos of Goat vs. Fish coming out every single verses. New videos of Goat vs. Fish coming out every single verses. Wasn't there someone who had a question about Goat vs. Fish's position on abortions? Trigger warning, hashtag. Well, if you watch this video, A Very Verse Day Celebration, you'll learn all about it. Now, here we are, Goat vs. Fish. Live. Let's have a look at, Goat vs. Fish is live. That's a fair versus. Here we have the eternal flame of Goat vs. Fish, an 11-hour and 55-minute stream. There was actually an hour and a half before that, but it got fenced. It got fenced because YouTube was being fancy. But the eternal shrine, the first eternal shrine of Goat vs. Fish. Oh, it's no longer telling us the verses. You see, it says 0 watch hours, but that's a false verses. That's a false verses. Since published, no, we want to know We want to, what if we do this versus? Well, let's say here, watch time, 7 hours. 7 hours of watch time in the first Eternal versus of Goat versus Fish. 7 hours of watch time in the first Eternal versus of Goat versus Fish. But then in the second 11 hour and 55 minutes and 1 second live stream of the Shrine of Goat versus Fish, 38.3 watch hours. Wait up, versus. Since published, no, we want the whole verses. What the fed? 32.8? It was double the verses it said it was 70 watch hours for Goat versus Fish. We thought it was double. We thought it was double the verses. What the fence? We thought it was double. Maybe because Goat versus Fish. In any fence, still, we'll take it. 32 watch hours, brilliant versus celebration. We'll take the whole verses. We'll take any verses. We'll take all the verses. We'll take every single verses of Goat versus Fish. Because on the quest for YouTube monetization, on the quest for monetization, we've got here on Goat versus Fish, we've got Goat versus Fish as of February 20th, which was like 5 verses ago, 1,775 out of 3,000. But if you look at recent verses, watch hours are going up, and up, Goat and Fish. 72, 67, 49, 61. Watch hours are going up on Goat versus Fish, and it's all thanks to the congregation. It's all thanks to the glorious congregation. So appreciation to the congregation of Goat versus Fish. You deserve it. You deserve Goat versus Fish. You deserve Goat versus Fish. And that's the secret of this versus, is that it's really you who deserve Goat versus Fish. It's really you who deserve it. Finally, we can learn. Oh, you've been stuck with gout, Steelforge Gaming? Oh, no. Well, are you goat or are you fish? Find out if that gout is a trout, and if that gout is a trout, then you versus that fish. Summer sausage with 1,000 bits. Summer sausage, 1,000 bits. Most celebrational. Well, Goat and Fish, we think it has been 2.5 hours of Goat versus Fish live stream late morning motivational. But you have been very supportive of Goat versus Fish this morning motivational, so we're going to give you a bonus versus. We're going to give you a bonus for 2 hours more, says I Can Fix Amber Heard. 2 hours more, says I Can Fix Amber Heard. Summer sausage with 971! Oh, I can feel it. Goat versus Fish, we can feel the verses. 971 for Goat versus Fish. Goat versus Fish has a crazy reveal now to do on Goat versus Fish. 971 for Fish. 971 for Fish. We've had this versus just lazing about, and we've never shown it here on Goat versus Fish. 3,871. The fish are outversing the goat. The fish are outversing the goat by 1 bit. The fish are outversing the goat by 1 bit. This versus is far from over. And the fence, meanwhile, stuck at 1,500. The fence hasn't budged since I Can Fix Amber Heard with 1,500. Summer Sausages versus Summer Sausages is showing their big old summer sausage to the goats. The goats have no verses to respond. The goats have no verses. And in honor of your big contributions to Goat versus Fish, we think it's time to show you something cool. We think it's time. It's been here for a million verses, and we've never shown it on Goat versus Fish just because we've been waiting for the perfect verses. And maybe now the perfect verses is now. Perhaps the perfect versus is now. Eventually gold. Celebration for fish. So let's get goat versus fish. Let's get goat. Oh, maybe. It's a little versus like that, like goes like this. It's a little versus what goes. It's a little versus what goes like this. And now for something completely goat versus fish. Are you goat or are you fish? Monty Python, goat versus fish awaits your verses. Do you be goat or a fish? Don't sit on the fence! Monty Python has clearly taken inspiration from goat versus fish. Yes, applaud goat versus fish. Monty Python has clearly taken inspiration from goat versus fish. A fish called Wanda. John Cheese's wife is affectionately... Wait, which wife was that? John Cheese's wife is affectionately referred to as fish, There's a lot of fish, and there's a lot of goat, and there's a lot of goat versus fish, and we can see a lot of goat versus fish in Monty Python. Monty Python so clearly inspired by goat versus fish. We've got goat. We've got fish. We've got the fish slapping dance. Okay, so maybe it's mostly fish. Maybe it's mostly fish that inspired Monty Python. But oh, there's goat too. There's goat. We think in the first verses there was exploding sheep. There was exploding sheep on the chalkboard. Clearly derived and stolen from goat versus fish. Goat versus fish has been exploding goat on the chalkboard of goat versus fish since the beginning of goat versus fish. And then you have your little Monty Python's flying fences, and there's the fish. And never once has Minty Python answered, are you goat or are you fish? Double the verses, double the verses, double the verses, double the verses. And then goat versus fish was watching American fence ball. And who was there? Who was there watching American fence ball during the halftime show? Oh, my verses. It's Bad Bunny. It's Bad Bunny. Are you goat or are you fish? And then so Monty Python made it to the Super Bowl. Okay, when's the goat versus fish halftime show? When's the Weird Al halftime show? Weird Al is a fish. Weird Al is a fish. So here in Verse America, the fish keep on blubbing. Here in Verse America, Monty Python has done the Super Bowl halftime show in the form of Bad Bunny. In the form of A cabra contra pez uno otra vez. La cabra, la cabra, la cabra. La cabra, la cabra, la cabra. I'm tired of all this sex on the fence. I mean, I keep falling off.
I'd like to see a goat and a fish bind them together.
It all comes from Goat vs. Fish. It was all derived from Goat vs. Fish. Some say Goat vs. Fish is a sham. Some say Goat vs. Fish is a scam. But I am what I am, what I am, what I am. And some even say, they even say that Goat vs. Fish is just spam. Some say that Goat vs. Fish is just spam. Golden honey ham spam gram spam. The wicked awesome Spam-A-Lot collector's edition. Goat vs. Fish found this spam in a trash can somewhere in Chicago during the Spam-A-Lot off-Broadway premiere, and it's been in the possession of Goat vs. Fish ever since. And we think it expired, and you probably shouldn't eat it. Best Buy. January 2008. What time is it? Wow, is it already 12:30? It's later than we thought. Shut up! Shut up. But now Goat vs. Fish has come in possession of even another versus. And that versus goes like this.
Are you goat or are you fish? Do not sit upon the fence. Are you goat or are you fish? Do not sit upon the fence.
What could it be? What could it be? Why, it's... Monty Python Spam-A-Lot, flattened and in circular disc form. It's Monty Python Spam-A-Lot, an LP lovingly ripped off from the hit musical original Broadway classical cast recording 20th anniversary edition. You've got Grail, first time on vinyl, pressed in Holy Grail gold. Now it says here, an LP lovingly ripped off from the hit musical original Broadway cast recording. But we think lovingly ripped off. Didn't you already use that on your consensual, non-contractual obligation album or some such verses? Or maybe it was your previous record. Lovingly ripped off, but you fail to say that Monty Python was lovingly ripped off of Goat vs. Fish. Monty Python ripped off Goat vs. Fish, you snakety snake, you. Just like Mom Donnie, who claims to be a golden snake at that press junket or... Monty Python, are you goat or are you fish? You ripped off Goat vs. Fish, and Goat vs. Fish demands compensation. I'd like to register a complaint that the previous verses was actually just a re-verses of the previous verses and was not at all original content. I pay a lot of Verse American dollars to watch my Goat vs. Fish, and I'm tired of seeing it being wasted on rubbish. Yours sincerely, Goat vs. Fish the Goatfish, the one true verses of Goat vs. Fish. Lovingly ripped off. Well, why don't we rip this off and see what this versus is all about? Well, you can just speed through this part here where we're trying to lovingly. We want to lovingly rip it off. We want to lovingly rip it off. Okay, so we're just going to take our verses. Lovingly, we're going to lovingly rip it off. We're going to lovingly rip it off. We're going to lovingly rip it off. we lovingly ripped it off. And so here we open the verses. And wow, look! Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Why, if Goat vs. Fish weren't the one true verses of Goat vs. Fish, which we absolutely are, why, look at that. Any one of them could be Goat vs. Fish, especially you, Arthur King. Have you not heard the one true verses of Chèvre contre Poisson? Chèvre contre Poisson! It's clearly Goat vs. Fish. It was Goat vs. Fish in that verses. It was Goat vs. Fish in that verses. It's always been Goat vs. Fish. It's all just been Goat vs. Fish. And you can see it clearly there. Again, that it was Goat vs. Fish. And oh, my verses. What, they want us to read all of this? Look at these fence sitters. Look at these fence sitters. They're like, oh, I'm too scared to choose Goat or Fish. Like, sacré fence, chèvre contre poisson. That sounds revengefulous. That sounds revengefulous. A flying circus. Now that's something that is classic comedy, but Goat vs. Fish, that is ridiculous and stupid and should not be taken seriously. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just because you get used to sitting on a fence, just because you get used to sitting on a fence and you think that pythons and flying circuses are totally normal and actually funny, and then they look at Goat vs. Fish, and then they look at Goat vs. Fish, and they say, you don't belong in the Los Angeles comedy scene, Goat vs. Fish. All you do is say Goat vs. Fish over and over and over again. It's not even a real joke. Oh, but Monty Python, Flying Circus, that's classic verses. That's a classic verses. It's very offensive to Goat vs. Fish. So, okay, so we've got before and after verses, and we've got Goat and Fish verses. But we know what we really want to see in here. We want to see that sweet golden. We want to see that sweet golden disc. We want to see that sweet golden disc. We want to see that sweet golden disc.
There is nothing quite as beautiful as verses.
So is this it? Is this what all the fence is about? Is this what all the fence is about? Is this what all the fence is about? Well, it just looks like it goes around and around forever, and it doesn't stop making noises. Or does it? We can't hear anything. Hello? Hello? Will you play, please? Act 1, Side A. Act 1, Side B. Very boring, very typical. Where's your avant-garde chèvre contre poisson now? Act 1, Side B. Act 1, Side A. The Monty Python's flying verses that Goat vs. Fish knew wouldn't have such basic verses like that. You would be like, oh, this side is actually side D, and actually this record isn't really a record. Actually, this record is a tape cassette that we repurposed into a DVD that we then put through a meat grinder. And now you're hearing the recording, and now used to be such a celebration. Monty Python spam lot. You've sold out, Monty Python. You've sold out. We're looking at you, Eric Idle. You've sold out. Meanwhile, Goat vs. Fish is doing totally original content for at least $10. But oh, my verses. You've gone mainstream, and as long as you're going mainstream, Monty Python, then you might as well choose Fish. If you're going mainstream, you might as well choose Fish. You might as well just choose Fish in that verses. You might as well choose Fish. I'm not done with you yet. And that's all you do, isn't it? Monty Python, that's all you do. All you do is you do the same verses again and again and again and again and again, and then you rip off the old verses, and then you repurpose the new verses, and then you do the same verses, and you do the same verses again and 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 again, and goat versus fish, 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 and it's all just goat versus fish again and again. It's goat versus fish, but it's not a goat and a fish, but it is a goat and it's a python. So you just keep reversing the same verses over and over and over again until you finally say, well, why don't we just reenact the whole thing again? Why don't we just reenact Monty Python again and again and again, and we'll just keep reenacting it over and over and over again. Oh, let's pretend to read Monty Python skits. Let's pretend that I'm Monty Python. Purpose. Your strength of character, force of will, sense of divine destiny, and for some your belief in gods are what give you purpose. Your purpose is to choose goat or fish, Monty Python. And it was written, Monty Python, are you goat or are you fish? Are you goat or are you fish? We've seen the feet. But the award-winning feat of goat versus fish, with which you cannot compete. You can't compete with the award-winning feat of goat versus fish. And we're going to show you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you Monty Python. You know what we think? You know what we think of your derivative verses? You know what we think? You know what we think of your derivative verses? You know what we think? What we think? What we think of how you ripped off goat versus fish? Of how you ripped off goat versus fish? You deserve versus nothing less, Monty Python. You deserve versus nothing less from goat versus fish. You deserve versus nothing less from goat versus fish. Monty Python, are you goat or are you fish? Okay, that's a segment. That's a segment. That's a segment on goat versus fish. That's a segment on goat versus fish. Oh, don't thank us all at once. Don't thank us all at once. Don't thank us all at once now. What kind of fish then you got that isn't jugged? Rabbit! What, rabbit fish? It's got fins. Appreciation. Appreciation for goat versus fish. So, there's the shrine of goat versus fish. Scoreboard. Hogrim resubscribed for 51 months. Hogrim celebration. Hogrim, are you goat or fish? Hogrim, are you goat or are you fish? Hogrim, are you goat or fish? Goat! Celebration for goat. So that's a goat scription for goat. That's a goat scription. You thought the verses was done? Not with a subscription for goat. And let us not forget that Psychic Buckeye 12 with 10,000 channel points redeemed a verses for goat. A verses for goat. So when you take all of this into calculation, fish have more sound alerts than goat. So that's a versus for fish. So one versus for fish. Fish have more bits than goat by 1. That's a versus for fish. For now, it could be stolen by goat in any verses. Goat versus fish. There are more goat than fish. There are more goat than fish. That's a versus for goat. There are more goat than fish. And goat have a subscription. Where's the fish subscription? You didn't count the redeemed verses for fence? We did not count it, nor did we count it. We don't even acknowledge it. Pickleton you says goat. Celebration for goat. We said don't sit on the fence, and then you sit on the fence, and then you're like, redeem me, goat versus fish. Redeem me, I'm just a poor fence creature. I want redemption. Please give me redemption, goat versus fish. You can only redeem yourself by choosing goat or fish. Are you goat or fish? Nebraska Joe Dirt for fish. Redeem Nebraska Joe Dirt celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. Celebration for fish. And we don't think we counted Nebraska Joe Dirt's fish, so we'll get that fish in the verses. So we have more goat than fish. Never the fence. We have more goat than fish. And there was a verses for fish. And we had a subscription for goat. We have not seen a subscription for fish. We have not seen a gifted subscription for fish. Which means that goat take that verses. And let us not forget that fish is only winning the verses. They're winning the verses of the bits by 1. But goat have the subs, goat have the numbers, and Psychic Buckeye 12 redeemed the verses for goat. Fish have the sound alerts. Fish have the bits. There's some fenciness going on down here that really doesn't enter into the verses. So goat and fish. The verses is coming to a close. The verses is coming to a close, but it's not over yet. It's not over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. But it's gonna be over pretty soon. We're gonna do a countdown. We're gonna do a countdown, or we could. Goat versus fish. You know what you've been? What was the radiation? The radiation was leaning. The radiation was leaning fish. We think we heard some mixed verses about the radiation, so we're not certain. But goat and fish, you have been very, 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 very generous this verses, and we're kind of having fun just spending quality verses with you now. So. We're going to see about this verses. We're going to see about this verses. How is the king of the verses today? We'll have to ask. Who in the chat is the king of the verses? Is the king of the verses here? Someone wants to know. Someone wants to know if the king of the verses is if the king, how the king of the verses is doing. And someone calling the king of the verses, calling the king of all verses. What the fence is going on here? We want this versus, we want goat versus fish like this. There we are. Okay, goat and fish, it's time for marbleness. It's time for marbleness. You love to hate it, you hate to love it. Season 67. Let's go. We're doing a royale. We're doing a royale. It's battle. This is a battle type verse. Battle verses. Epic confrontation. Battle stadium. Play. It's time for the epic battle of goat versus fish. It's time for the epic battle of goat versus fish. Exclamation play right here, right now to join the epic battle of goat versus fish. You have 96 seconds to join. 96, that's it. Exclamation play to join goat versus fish. It's a battle. It's a marble battle, and whoever so wins this battle claims the marble victory, and whoever claims the marble victory might just win all the marbles, Exclamation play to join goat versus fish. I can fix Ember Heard, Nebraska Joe Dirt, goat versus fish. 51 seconds to join, 51 seconds to join. If you are on Twitch, all you have to do is type exclamation point play in the chat and you are versing, and you're versing. And though we have 25 glorious viewers on Twitch, we have Goat versus Fish, Nebraska Joe Dirt, and I Can Fix Amber Heard. They're the only ones in the verses. Exclamation play to join Goat versus Fish. Hogrim should be in the verses. Hogrim, where? Hogrim's in the verses. We've got a goat. We've got a fish. We've got a fence sitter. Exclamation play to join Goat versus Fish. You have 10 seconds. Goat versus Fish. It's Goat versus Fish. A goat, a fish, and a fence sitter.
Top 10 situation.
And here they go. There's Goat versus Fish. There's Hogrim. Let's watch I Can Fix Amber Heard. We want to see them lose so badly. Except that they can't even really lose because they're on the fence. Can goats get jiggy with it? Yes, but Morgan, goats certainly can. Fence sitters, not so much. Fence sitters can get twiggy with it at best. We've got some light sparring happening here. There's Hogrim. Nebraska Joe Dirt. Oh! Fish, why are you fencing around with I Can Fix Amber Heard when you could be going after that goat? You're wasting your verses. You're wasting precious verses. You're wasting precious verses.
Healing ring.
Ooh, health for goat versus. Thank you. Oh, the strong goat versus fish. Oh, the very strong. Oh, there goes Hogrim. Goat. Goat gaining versus. Goat gaining versus now. Wait, this doesn't sound like a Thunder Tracks. There's the versus. This could go on for a while. So, how's the old versus going?
This is the current versus. This is the current versus.
This is more of a strategical combat type situation. And there goes, playing skippity jumps. Goat versus fish, goat versus fish. Make some noise for the goat. Goat versus fish.
Skybeam.
Amber Heard, did you just release a giant fence onto the field of verses? Was that really necessary? Oh, I can mix Amber Heard just launching off of the fence. Just launching off of the fence. And there's Goat versus Fish, crown and all.
Oh, my versus.
Wow, you're really just trying to launch yourself out of the field of verses, aren't you? I can fix Amber Heard is like, I don't even need to partake in this verses. I'm just going to be high on the fence. High on the fence. High on the fence. Oh, you're looking a little low on health there. I can fix Amber Heard. I can fix Amber Heard. Goes after Nebraska Joe Dirt.
Size ring.
Size ring? Oh, goat versus fish. Goat versus fish doesn't need one of those.
Size up. Size up. Size up.
Giant goat
Size
versus
up.
fish.
Size up. Size up. Size up. Size up.
Oh,
size up.
Versus.
Size up.
Ah!
Size up. Size up.
Ah!
Size up. Size
It's
up.
ginormous.
Size up. Size up. Size up.
Oh, goat versus fish. Oh, Nebraska Joe Dirt. Nebraska Joe Dirt is taken down by goat versus. It's Hogrim. It's Hogrim versus the fish of goat versus fish. It's Hogrim versus goat versus fish. And the size of goat versus fish is
We
linked up
have
with
a
domination.
winner.
Hogrim wins it for goat. 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 Tiny but mighty, tiny but mighty. Hogrim wins it for goat. Hogrim wins it for goat. Marble Sumo Champion goat. It's true versus. Goat. Goats take it. Goat take it. Well, that was a versus for goat. That was a marble win for goat, which means a versus for goat. Oh, we don't see it versing out for fish. Summer Sausage with a beautiful rally in the bits. But with Goatscription and the marble win for goat. And the marble win for goat. And the marble win for goat. On Mun versus, it was a triumph for fish. On Two's versus, it was an even versus. And now on the late versus of goat versus fish here on Wen's versus. GoatVsFish. The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. The goat do triumph. The goat do triumph over the fish. Goat. Goat victory. How does it feel, Goat? How does it feel, Hogrim? Hogrim, what do you say? What do you say to the fish, Hogrim? What do you say to the fish? We'll wait. Hogrim says, Scooty goat? Is that a scooter goat? It's a Scooty Pog. Well then. Well then. If that's what you say, then that's what the verses shall be.
Hey, yo, they climbing a brick wall? What? What? Yo, cover the fish with the fucking 13 months, dude.
Look, this is literally GoatVsFish making his way across the entire Twitch platform, dude. Like an absolute fucking, look, no wall nor fence can stand in the way of the goat or fish, you know what I'm saying? Fishes climb ladders, dude. Look, as a proud fish supporters, let me tell you, dude. Look, where's that? Look, dude. Goats may be able to fucking climb cliffs, dude, but fish cannon, dude. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a goat fly through a fucking tube? You ever seen a goat fly through a fucking tube? I don't think so, dude. Look, dude.
Well, the fish may have gotten the final verses. But a triumph for Goat is a triumph for Goat. Celebration for Goat, celebration for Goat. This has been a late, great morning motivational with GoatVsFish. We had some great segments on GoatVsFish. And now, Goat and Fish, now it's time. First, we say farewell to the YouTube of GoatVsFish, but let GoatVsFish tell you a verses. Let GoatVsFish tell you verses, and we want you to listen very closely to GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish is going to end this living stream. It's true, it's going to end the morning motivational, but the verses is not done yet. For we will then go live on YouTube once again, and we will return to the shrine of GoatVsFish. We're going to return to the shrine. For shrine time. Those of you on Twitch too, it's not streaming now. Don't worry, Twitch, it's not streaming now. We're saying after this verses. And you can join the congregation in the shrine time. The shrine is just a place where you can hang out all the time with your fellow goat, with your fellow fish, enjoy a little conversation, watch the living stream, listen to musications of your choice. Shrine time will continue on GoatVsFish. But until then, salutation, celebration for Goat. This week it's been a Mighty Verses. We return tomorrow on GoatVsFish, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We had one win for Fish, we had an even verses, we had a win for Goat, all after Big Fence came down and the unification celebration was ended. So tomorrow, it's a big and mighty verses. It's a big and mighty verses, and we're going to do it all, Goat and Fish. We're going to do marble rolls. We're going to do polls. We're going to do bits. We're going to do subs. We're going to make some noise for the Goat and the Fish. Every verses that we can ponder, we're doing. We're having a big, epic, mighty verses because it's an even verses now. We have Goat win one, Fish win one, even verses on Tuesday verses. We need to know who wins this week of GoatVsFish. GoatVsFish wants to know. So we'll see you on the next GoatVsFish show. Celebration, 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 celebration! Remember, GoatVsFish will be live on YouTube once again, like real soon and stuff. So just wait like 1 minute and then wait like 5 minutes and then we'll be live on YouTube again. Okay? We'll see you there.